Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Hope everything is going well for you. I hope that your internships are going well as well. For those of you that are doing those internships this semester, I hope everything's going well and that you're having a good experience. I'm really looking forward to hearing about those internship experiences as we move throughout the course of the semester. But the purpose of this short announcement video lecture slash announcement is to just talk about what transpired last week and where we're headed both the rest of the semester for our class, but also what is coming up for all of us as students within the Ole Miss and faculty within the Ole Miss community as we proceed through this ice storm recovery. And as you probably know, if you've been following on social media or if you're close to Oxford or if you've been keeping in contact with people who are close by here, if you've been watching the news, Oxford was wiped out from a devastating ice storm last week. And things are slowly, very slowly starting to get back to normal, and recovery is back in force. Most of Oxford now has power. Some of the communities in the outlying areas of the city are still struggling with power this morning, but they are slowly but surely getting those people hooked back up to electric that need electric. The roads have been cleared. We're expecting some pretty good temperatures and high temperatures today in terms of sunshine and temperature. Being in the low 40s, upper 40s to low 50s. So we should be getting some thawing here very soon over the next few hours. So all of that is good news. But that said, we have missed 2 weeks of the semester because of the ice storm. And I just wanted to talk about a few things to make you aware of, both sort of in the big picture in the university community, but also our class as we move forward here through the month of February and beyond. First thing I wanted to mention to you is that the campus at Oxford, the Oxford main campus, suffered some pretty significant damage from the ice storm. Trees were down, walkways were blocked. A lot of areas that are normally very passable by foot and by foot traffic and by car traffic was suddenly impassable last week. They've been working on that a lot over the last week. They worked on it a lot over the weekend as well. But the bigger issue is about 10 buildings on campus suffered flood damage as a result of busted water pipes, as a result of busted HVAC coils that leaked into various floors and various spaces in some of the buildings on campus. And so that is one of the reasons we're not having school this week officially, is because those cleanup efforts are underway. But I expect that as we move throughout this week, that will be taken care of. I just wanted to let you know, though, that if you need to reach out to financial aid, if you need to reach out to the registrar's office, if you need to reach out to academic advising, whatever it may be, you're probably not going to get a response or a phone call back this week as the campus offices are closed. You may find some people working remotely from home if you have a question or a concern, or if you send an email. But just know that the chances of getting an immediate response or maybe a response this week at all are probably very, very low. So you may have known that already, but I wanted to make you aware of that. And if some of this information has come to you already through email and other means, I apologize. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then this information will be new to you. But I did want to let you know that campus offices are closed this week. So if you need to reach out to some of those folks on campus, you may get a response, you may not, but do not expect one until offices reopen next week. In terms of the academic calendar, I know I've gotten some questions from some of you about the academic calendar, sort of the university academic calendar, and how we're going to proceed. As we've been told right now, the academic calendar is not going to change. What I mean by that is spring break will continue as scheduled. Graduation will be on the exact same weekend as previously scheduled. Right now, it looks like we're not going to have to make up any weeks that we've missed in terms of instruction or extending the semester or shortening spring break or taking Good Friday back or anything like that. So we're going to proceed as normal with the academic calendar on the big picture scale at the university. Things are going to move ahead just like normal before. So if you had spring break plans or you're planning on working through spring break, and if some of you will be finishing up your internships then, just know that spring break is scheduled to continue as normal. Graduation will be held on the normal weekend as previously scheduled. And so there's not going to be any sort of take back days that we're going to have to worry about as we move through the semester. We're just going to pretend that we have this little 2 week gap. And basically, our semester is probably going to become a 10-week semester as opposed to a 13 or 14-week semester, which is fine. So I did want to make you aware of that from an academic calendar perspective because several of you had reached out to me and asked me about if I'd heard anything or if I knew of anything. So that's the latest information that I know as of this morning. If that changes, I will let you know. Be on the lookout for emails from the offices in the Lyceum and other places on campus if that changes. But as of right now, the academic calendar proceeds as normal. In terms of the academic calendar, I did want to mention that for proof of attendance purposes, I was able to submit your proof of attendance before the ice storm came and knocked out power and took sort of everything upside down and turned everything upside down. All of that has been submitted. I based that on modules and work that was submitted during week one. So if you needed proof of verification from this class for financial aid or for Pell Grant purposes, all of that information has been submitted and sent to financial aid and the registrar's office. So I just want to let you know that has been taken care of, at least for my class. I can't speak to any other classes you may be taking or any other um, uh, offices or departments or individuals you need to submit that information on your behalf, but it has been submitted for Writing 440. So that has been taken care of. So that should not hold up or create a delay for you if you are waiting on a financial aid disbursement or a Pell Grant disbursement or anything like that from financial aid. At least from my perspective on my end, that has been taken care of. I was sort of out of the loop a little bit last week. I just got power, water, and internet back yesterday, so I'm sort of getting back into the fold. I was able to respond and communicate with a few of you during email last week. I was able to slip away and go to Tupelo for a couple of days and get some work done while the restoration efforts were going underway here in Oxford. To that end, I did finish grading and commenting on the Module 1 assignments. I know Module 2 was due last night at midnight. I will get to that work this week as quickly as I can. Module 3 will be turning on here shortly as well. So we're just going to proceed as normal. We're going to proceed as normal through the semester, just like we would under normal circumstances. We will probably need to make some adjustments towards the end of the semester when it comes to the last two major assignments in the course, the iSearch essay and the white paper. I'll be thinking about that and thinking about ways to manage that towards the end of the semester. So for right now, we're just going to proceed through the modules as stated in the syllabus and with all the content as listed in the syllabus and is created already in Blackboard. And then we'll make some adjustments towards the end of the semester. And the reason I'm waiting towards the end of the semester to make those adjustments is because I know many of you are doing your internships. I know tax season is in full swing. A lot of you are working hard. You're working a lot of hours. And I know for many of you, having taught this class many semesters before, during the internship semester, a lot of you have narrow slivers of time when you are working on your Writing 440 assignments. And I know a lot of you pick times out of the week to work on that so that you don't fall behind. And I want to make sure that you're able to keep that schedule intact as you move through your internship and as you move through everything else that's going on. So it'll be much easier, I think, later in the semester when we get to those last two assignments to make some adjustments, given the fact that we've had lost 2 weeks of the term. I think it will be easier to make those adjustments towards the end than to kind of disrupt the rhythm and the flow right now. So we're just going to proceed with Module 3 this week, Module 4 next week, Module 5 the following week, so on and so forth, as we would under normal circumstances. And then we'll make some adjustments in terms of what's going to be due and what's going to be connected to the iSearch essay and the white paper towards the end of the semester. So I felt like, and thinking about it this weekend, I felt like that would be the easiest for you all. And I hope that will keep your schedules with your internships and your coursework and everything else you have going on pretty the same and pretty regimented to what you've already created for yourself. I don't want to disrupt that because I know there's only so many hours in the day, so many hours in the week, and I don't want to mess up the rhythm or the schedule that you've created for yourself to help you get through the internship semester, but also this course as well. So that is what I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about today, sort of big picture. What's going on at the university, what's going on here in Oxford, and how all this pertains to our class going forward. So if you have any questions or concerns about anything, or you want to talk more about anything we've talked about here this morning, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to talk anytime on Zoom or email or telephone call. Just let me know. If you have any questions with Module 3 as you get into working on those assignments this week, or something doesn't make sense or you need help with anything, let me know and I'm happy to help you there as well. So anyway, hope you're doing well. Stay safe. It's been an interesting and a wild last week or so, 7 or 8 days here in Oxford, but things are getting better. Campus is getting back to normal, and we're going to make it. We're going to get through it, and we're going to move on and have bigger and brighter days ahead. So stay well. Talk to you soon, and I hope everything's going well.